Sauron has come for the city of Eregion in today's Dawnless Days siege battle. Celebrimbor and his elven king must defend their city or die trying. What's up, guys, and welcome back. We're here with another Dawnless Days siege battle for you today, and today we are doing the siege of Eregion here today, and we have three elven armies defending against 4 Mordor armies here. And yes, we are using the mighty Eregion here to decide who is going to win today's battle. So yes, this is a submod that adds Eregion to Dawnless Days. It's called the Expanded Elves submod. I will leave a link for it in the description for those of you that want to try out. I've shown off the submod before on the channel. It adds a load of new factions and also units as well to certain elven factions. And obviously, as you can see, we have Eregion here. The land of which Celebrimbor ruled over and forged the great rings of power, which funnily enough became the name of a series that some of you love and some of you do not love. Yeah, as you can see here, already the elves are battling away. We've got the Blades of Holland here taking on some Uruk-Throng, and they should have a reasonable time of it. Over on this side over here, we already have Olog-Hai coming forward. They look like they're going to take on some Volunteer Spears and some Eregion Spear Infantry. Yeah, Eregion Spear Infantry looks quite similar to like the High Elf sort of style of armor. They've got different helmets, unique helmets, which do look very, very cool. I do actually like that. And we have got some very unique units here, which I'm going to show off. Well, actually, there's one right here, actually. Perfect. We have the Eregion Hammer Infantry, and though this is yet a very new unit, it's also they've made a whole new section. It actually is a very heavy Hammer Infantry unit. There isn't actually such thing as a Hammer Infantry in Dawnless Days or in Attila. So they've gone to the effort of actually making a whole new unit. Yeah, like unit style. Or unit type, I should say, which is very, very cool. We do also have some pretty nice cav back here. Lots of hammers actually being kept in reserve, including these are Axe Infantry. I'm getting the two mixed up already, but these are a very good unit. We'll look at them while we're here. The Vestige of Celebrimbor's Guard. These will be the men defending Celebrimbor and his person today. And they are in a glorious sort of like dark red, going almost like purpley armor. It looks really cool. I do like that look. That is a very, very nasty shock infantry. And it does get some really nasty kills in today's siege. So definitely worth sticking around to see how that this siege goes. Anyway, we do have, I guess we could say this is Celebrimbor here. And he is on his horse, mounted guard of Ost in Endil, which I believe is actually the name of Eregion. But easier to call it the Siege of Eregion than the Siege of Ost in Endil, Edhill. But yeah, that is actually what the city's called, I believe. And already we have some battling now taking place on the walls here. We have some swordsmen of Eregion that are going in. Funnily enough, this siege battle, I imagine this will come about. For those of you that are interested in the Rings of Power, those of you that aren't, this will probably feature eventually in the Rings of Power, the Siege of Eregion. They'll probably have that added in, because it's basically one of Sauron's first acts he does in the war of Sauron against the elves. I think it's like called the War of Sauron and Elves or something like that. I can't remember exactly what they call it. And in fact, Elrond comes to help in this siege battle. He actually marches towards the city. He never actually arrives in time. We could have actually, I guess, had him come in to support maybe as a relief force. That would have been kind of cool. But yeah, he actually does come to support in this battle. Oh my gosh, the Archifire coming in is actually brutal onto these units. Yeah, they're actually evaporating these units. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by like the actual battle that's taking place. I'm supposed to be commentating over. But yes, Elrond does actually march this battle. He arrives late. In fact, all the city's already falling. Celebrimbor is dead. He then faces Sauron in the field, is defeated by Sauron, and then retreats towards the Misty Mountains, where he forges a new stronghold named Rivendell. So actually, this siege and the loss of Eregion causes the formation of another great elven state in Imladris, or Rivendell. So it's kind of cool. I didn't really know that, but that is actually kind of cool. What is not very cool is that the elves are getting absolutely obliterated here by archer fire. Like, I think it's over here. Yeah, the Uruk archers here are doing an immense amount of damage to these blades of Hollin up here. Yeah, they're getting absolutely obliterated. They're fighting shock infantry on the wall, and they're also having to deal with archer fire. It's not a good combo, really, for the elves. But they are battling away as hard as possible down there. The gates have been blown apart. Oh dear, over on this side here. So yes, we have a orc warrior that's marching up. And they're now going to have to try and battle through some volunteer spears and then also some pikes. Over here, so yeah, the trolls did just blow away those poor volunteer spears. That is unfortunate. But now the elves will defend this side over here. So this is Eregion spear infantry defending in a square formation. So that'll be good anti-cav and anti-large against the trolls and the cav there. It also does endanger all forces on this side of the river though. And as you can see, we're going to have to see spears and swords having to retreat. The cav over here for the elves might have to fight on. It's not going to be very useful inside the city. We've got mounted guard of Austin Endil or Ed Hill. And then we've also got some riders of Hollin up here, which is some very cool sort of cav units. They've done a bit of work, but not too much, to be honest, so far. The orcs have been pretty smart. They've in fact also got units underwater, because apparently the bridge just didn't really work, but the water did. So yeah, we actually do have the submarine or underwater core of the Mordor army. I guess the marine core, you could say, of the Mordor army. They're here. There's another unit here of orc spears as well. It's kind of funny, actually. Just like, yep, you know what? Bridges aren't for us. Underwater is though. We can hold our breath for a long time, guys. Shame about the unit cards, because everyone can then still see them. Otherwise, it would be quite a sneaky way to traverse the battlefield, just underwater. But yeah, as you can see here, Swordsmen of Eregion, when they're not getting focused down, actually can get some work done. They were winning for us. Yeah, they're back to winning, and they're actually going to rout these orc pillagers here. So yeah, they have got a lot more pillagers though to go through. Another fresh unit of 225 men, or orcs, I should say. And again, on this side here, you can see your Swordsmen of Eregion, I think, have been decimated by orc bow rabble here. Archers for the orcs are very, very handy in this siege battle, that is for sure. The trolls also trying their hand at the marine core, and they're also getting focused down. Got the remnants of Murdan here. Murdane? I don't know, but it's a kind of a cool unit. They actually have like chainmail on their heads. Kind of also like interesting as well. Don't often see the elves in that sort of like look. It does look very cool. A very nasty looking unit. What have we got here? Another unit of remnants of Murdane. They're actually stacked on top of each other. They don't want to do that if they're being shot at. They need to really deal with those Uruk archers there, try and shoot them. I think they're trying to shoot the mountain trolls, if anything. We have got some units landing on the wall. I don't know if they're actually engaging anything. Oh, no, they're not landing on the wall. They're in through the gate. So we have orc warriors here battling away against volunteer spears. And though they might have volunteered to serve, they might be regretting their choices now, because no one gave them any armor. I guess these are like the citizens of Eregion that have decided to fight instead of just hide in their houses and wait for the battle to be at an end. But yes, if you're enjoying the Dawnless Days action and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and the comment show your support. We are working towards 9,000 subscribers, so yeah, your support really does help out the channel. And make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any Dawnless Days action as well. But yeah, they are losing, no surprise there. What we see coming up here, Protectors of the Red Horn Pass. Okay. Let's have a look at, well, I would like to have a look at these guys. Let's see if we can find another one. That must be, oh, here's another one. It's an axe infantry unit from the elves. Another unit you don't, like another type of unit you don't often see. Oh, these guys look kind of cool, you know. Red Horn Pass, you know, I guess in the sort of in the mountains. So they've got like furs and they're looking like a bit more like clansmen like, but they do look pretty cool, you know. I do like the look of these guys. Very, very nice unit. And it looks like they're being sent up onto the wall anyway. These axe infantry, they're slowly going up there. These are a tier 4 unit, I believe. Yeah, they're elites, very heavy axe infantry. So, Eregion throwing up some early top-tier infantry. That is for sure. I mean, they've already got top-tier infantry up on this wall, in fact. We have Vestige of Celebrimbor Guard up here. Already slicing and dicing their way through Uruk Throng. We've also got, whatever else we got on the walls here. We've got, looks like just basic Eregion swordsmen. Again, dealing with Uruk Throng here. But yes, this scenario was sorted out and played in my Discord. So if you'd like to get involved in any sort of scenarios, or just send in your own replays, or take part in some more Dawnless Days battles, feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description. And if you haven't already, check out the Dawnless Days mod. It is an amazing mod. Link for that is in the description as well. And if you want to get involved in some scenarios, you're going to need that. That is for sure. As you can see there, yeah. I mean, I just saw a man defying gravity. He was just like balancing here. Don't know if you guys saw that. Just defying gravity. But yeah, Swords of Eregion still slicing and dicing through these guys. So, I mean, that being even more greatly helped by Archers of Eregion back here. They're firing onto the walls, doing a decent amount of damage. Trying to kill these Uruk Throng. But yet now, as you can see, the Orcs are repaying the favor and are shooting down these Swordsmen of Eregion. And just like that, they're losing. Rare shots like that for shock infantry are deadly. Yeah, my Vestige of Celebrimbor, like, they're doing well. They're getting bloodied up, that is for sure. And it's not their blood. Oh no. We've got some more shock infantry fighting over on this side as well. More Swordsmen of Eregion here. Fighting on the wall, taking on the Orc Pillagers, doing their best they can. Slicing and dicing their way through those bad boys. What is going on down here? We've got Blades of Holland, like, all hugging the wall, I guess. Interesting decision there. On the walls again, we've got more shock infantry here winning. Elves, I mean, putting shock infantry on the wall, first line of defense, is always a good strategy. As long as it doesn't get focused down by archer fire, it can be a really, really good strategy. And it's one the elves are implementing quite nicely here. These orcs just don't have the capability of dealing with all the shock infantry. They just have numbers. And oh my, do they have numbers. I mean, they've got over 11,000 men. They started with 14,000. And they're against 5,000 elves. So they got about, it's about 3-to-1 odds here for the elves. But yeah, looking pretty good on this side at the moment. Not so much on the other side. I mean, they're routing some units now, which is great, but they are running out of some pretty important units like their shock infantry. It's just getting focused down and killed. I mean, they're fighting to like a man up here. There's 10 of them left, or fighting to an elf, I should say, not a man. They'd be insulted to be called a man. Fighting to an elf. Yeah, there's 10 of them left. They have fought on hard, and they are still going to rout this Uruk Throng up here on the wall. That is insane. And then in the choke point over here, what do we got? We've got Wardens of Ostenendil, so an elite polearm, and then we've got Blades of Holland stacking on top. And here we go, the Orcs are going to storm on through. Just a black mass, that's what they look like right now in the shade. Hold! Elves of Eregion! We must hold the city! Defend Celebrimbor's work! They shall do just that. How are they doing on the wall? But, Swords of Eregion doing okay. So they cleared out another section over here. And we've got an assault across the bridge over here. Okay. So we've got Uruk Throng going in. They're getting shot at by Archers of Eregion from the flanks. Not a bad idea, but I honestly think these Blades of Holland might have it covered. Looking from this perspective is pretty cool. I do like their armor. It's a very unique sort of armor style. It is very, very cool. Oh. Only problem battling on is the towers, trying to negotiate them, but there you go. Looks like Blades of Holland are routed one unit. Now they just got these Orc Spears to kill off. We'll see how they can do. Well, we've got on the wall here, Vestige of Celebrimbor. They are still winning on this wall here against, looks like, Orc Warriors. I mean, they are the lesser of the two Orc Infantry. It's them and Uruk Throng. Battling on hard there, and again Archer Fire coming in. That's going to be so important for the elves, gives that support on the walls here. Seems like the Swordsmen of Eregion are starting to be overwhelmed with numbers here. We are playing on on Calimbel here, which is a it's a Gondorian map, but it sort of looks kind of elven, which is why we picked it. Only problem was apparently this bridge over here didn't work. I don't know whether the devs can sort it, if that's possible. But yeah, this bridge here is actually broken. So we were defending it for no real reason, and the Mordor troops were there. You'll see them later. They'll try and attempt to cross it. But yeah, unfortunately that bridge was broken, which was a shame because it would have helped put pressure on the elven position. Talking about pressure on elves, we have Ologhai now bursting through the gate here. They are knocking aside those volunteer spears, and now they're getting into the pikes here and trying to do their damage to them. What's the name of the pikes? Defenders of Holland, of course. I presume that Holland is like is part of Eregion or something. But yeah, they are smashing aside those pikes. That is actually brutal. You are elves of Eregion. Whatever comes through that gate, you will stand your ground. I love to say that line. Whenever Ologhai just charged through a gate, it's just got to be said. They haven't actually killed a single defender yet. They're just knocking them about. They really need to get infantry in there. And there you go. As I say it, Uruk Throng go charging on in. We've got the Vestige of Celebrimbor still up here. They are currently, well, they were 1v3ing, which I guess is the odds that they do have to fight against. Because the elves are outnumbered about 3-1. They are literally fighting 3 units and winning. Insane. Actually insane. I mean, they're also probably getting some farming kills here as these pillagers just run through their lines. But they are fighting on hard on this wall, I assure you. Holding it. But the orcs can come down, and I think they are actually. Yeah, you can see the orcs getting off the wall. Well, actually, they're routing orcs. But they could just get off the wall here if they wanted to. There's some swords and shock infantry here. Get off the walls. There are Blades of Holland waiting, but I didn't really want to send them onto the wall because the archers were having a field day shooting anything in that area. I've also got some hammers ready to wait. So we have plenty of reserves. But these axemen with the Red Horn Pass, they're doing a good job. Well, I think they're called protectors, aren't they? Yeah, protectors of the Red Horn Pass. They're doing a good job. Tying down more Uruk Throng, fighting them on the walls. Keep the orcs on the walls. We can then use our archers to great effect. And that is the elven strength after all. Their strength in bows. I mean, to be honest, they're pretty strong in a lot of areas, depending on the faction. Like, some of them have really good shock, some of them have good polearms and pikes. Oh, speaking of pikes, over here starting to lose. But defenders of Holland are losing to those trolls. So we'll come back to that in a moment. Let's go and see how the other side is doing. Orcs are actually getting off the walls now on this side. So this is not good for the defenders. And they're actually flanking the Wardens of Ostenendil here. I don't know if they're purposely meant to do that, but they are in fact flanking them. So that might be something they need to deal with. And over on this side here, by the river, the Blades of Holland are still battling on here. But yeah, the Blades of Holland there, yet to lose a man, or an elf I should say. That's insane. Yeah, one of the things, this is why there's a 3v4. Elves usually are just super overpowered anyway, but also expanded elves, we don't know how well balanced it is. The answer is probably not entirely well balanced with main mod. Some of the units are probably super powered. This is why we are making sure there's an extra army advantage. Also, I'm pretty sure... Well, actually, no, the elves had full armies, but they just had one army less. So it's about 60 units against 80 units. The trolls here, though, knocking units about, trying to do as much damage as possible. Balance power is still way in favor of the attackers, but they are losing a lot of forces. They're down to 8,000 now against 3,000. It's a 5,000, well, orc difference, elf difference. It's not certainly not man difference. But yeah, they're fighting in that gate still. Looks like the protectors of the Red Horn Pass, even though they're doing a good job, are actually dying. Whether they're getting focused down, I don't know. They're actually going to fight to like literally the last two guys. It's insane. We've also had some orcs, it looks like, get off the wall here. They've been chopped down, dealt with. And again, look at that, the vestige of Celebrimbor. They're now actually moving into an area where the attacking archers can get them. And oh dear, it's sad to see this elite shock infantry that's done so much work is now getting focused down so easily. I mean, they can get insane amount of kills, can these shock infantry, but they can also, if not protected well, just get murdered. Like they are kind of now. They're fighting, there are literally 14 of them left. The archers will probably either finish them off, or the infantry that's on the wall will finish them off. And that's just how easy it is to kill shock infantry. Maybe overpowered that shock infantry, but it can, nothing so too overpowered that it can't be shot to pieces. We have a mounted guard of Austin Endel here as well, so I think he's been charging down any like orcs that come off the wall, which is not a bad idea actually. Using your, I think it's our only cavalry we have left now, since the other cavalry's dead outside the walls somewhere. Blades of Holland and Defenders of Holland fighting side by side against the Yolokai, who have been sent out once and they're back for a second go. There's only 2 of them left though. Hopefully the Pikes should be able to deal with these guys on their own. Fight John! Kick this Mordor filth from our lands. There are guards of the teeth on their way next, and they could be a pretty good match for the Defenders of Holland. But back on this side, again, the orcs are off the walls. We have Eregion Spear Infantry fighting desperately against orc pillagers here. Slicing and dicing. So yes, if you weren't aware, I actually probably should have mentioned this way earlier. This is a second age battle. It's not a third age, like the mod is set in. We did a second age sort of style battle. Eregion by the third age is long gone. So technically, I guess this battle could be done with Last Alliance. I imagine Last Alliance will add eventually. We'll add Eregion, but we'll have to see. I would have thought they would eventually add them. Maybe make it like a sub-faction of Linden or something like that they have. Blades of Holland here. They've lost literally 1 elf. But they managed to get rid of most of these swords and spears. There is pikes on the way. We now have orc pikes coming next. They're a pretty nasty unit. And also probably will be able to force back those swords. We'll see. But there are archers positioned ready. Archers of Eregion good to go. And we also have polearms, wardens of Austin Endil. They're also positioned in a solid position ready to go. Lots of hammers as well and remaining. But a problem now for the elves is that most of the archers are out of ammo. As you can see here. I think this is my final unit with ammunition. These remnants of Murdan. Or maybe... No, I think I've got like the tiniest shred of ammunition here as well. But yeah, not much ammo left. Some of my allies had some ammo left, but yeah, I am running low. What have we got here? Vestige of Celebrimbor Guard. They're focused down still. Can't allow this. Get back, boys. You need to get back off the wall. Getting shot at by Uruk archers. If we don't need you on the wall, get off. Again, look at this. Blades of Holland going onto the wall and getting focused down. It's like if we give the orcs the right angles, they can punish us so badly. The archers coming in here are making this fight so much easier for the orcs. They look almost alien in a weird way, do the elves. Blades of Holland here. I think they've defeated the blades, yeah. No surprise. Again, though, now they can just start focusing down this unit. And again, this will be another unit gone. They are trying to just force us off the walls, and they can do so if they want to at this point, I think. We've actually burned through a lot of the orc army. As you can see, not much left in the way of sword units. There's a couple of Uruk Throng left. And that is really it. So they can assault the walls again if they'd like to. I've probably got enough units that I could maybe hold on, like the orcs, the protectors of the Redhorn Pass. I've still got hammers as well, so hopefully they can still be of use. The hammer infantry here. Didn't exactly like getting shot at, so I think we retreated. I think I'm getting shot at from that side of the wall, but yeah, as you can see here, I think we're going to see the mountain trolls now make an attempt to try and cross. But they didn't fight at this side of the... Look at that, I did fight at this side. I totally missed this. But they murdered a lot of elves, actually. Jeez, that's a lot of dead elves here. And here we go, cavalry's next on the way. But yeah, as you can see, so they get to about here, and then they just run off the side, and then they pathfinding. Yeah, you can see the same on this side. They just fall off the side, and then that is it. It's a weird one. So pathfinding for that bridge broken. In my defense, didn't realize that I never really fight on this side for this bridge, so I didn't really realize that bridge was broken. Does make it a bit more problematic for the attackers, because now they have just a frontal assault on this flank to try. And the defenders of Holland will quite happily take on a frontal assault. This looks like this is going to be Uruk archers coming in. And they're poking away at those guys. Yeah, now Blades of Holland, they're, well, just dealing with another wave of swords and spears. I think these are the exact same units that they were dealing with earlier. Now we have the pikes coming up. I imagine these will attract a lot of archfire. Yeah, they already have. Look at that. My gosh, 91. They got focused down on the way up. That is unfortunate. But that's what happens, I guess, when you face the elves. You're going to have to deal with a lot of archer fire. Shock infantry on the wall here being defeated, but yeah, my gosh, has a lot of elves died. I mean, they've lost about 2,000 to 3,000. It's now 2,900 against about 6,000 orcs. It's getting kind of close on numbers. That is a little worrying for the orcs. They're running out of the important stuff like ammo for archers, infantry. They've got shock left. Pikes left. And they've also got some Uruk spears, but yeah, not much else. They've got an onager still over here. Could try and open up a breach if they wanted to. Try and force a breach. I would potentially do that. They landed a lot of towers. Maybe one too many towers. If they knock down a wall somewhere, then maybe they could use that as a breach point. Try and force the trolls through. Like a secondary gate almost. Because they have destroyed the gate over on this side here. So they could do that. That's potential. Just try and get the trolls in. Yeah, you can see the Eregion spears. They're just annihilating those final few units. Poor guys being annihilated. And the same on this side. Blades of Holland here. Slowly just stabbing their way through all these orc pikes here. Very nicely done. Defenders of Holland now fighting for this wall. No, not for the wall, sorry, for the gate. I like how the orcs and stuff, they just push forward the troll corpse with their mass. It's just like, yep, just keep on going, guys. We'll eventually break through. Got some barricades first to get through. It's our own corpses. Blades of Holland here trying to support. Charging out, actually, because I think these are archers with ammo. Yeah, these are archers with ammo here. So as you can see, the Blades of Holland seeing an opportunity to maybe try and kill these guys off. That's even more surprising that they sent these guys in, actually, then. Guards, maybe it was pathfinding, I don't know. Player didn't realize what was going on. Guards the teeth here, though. They're going to set up. And they're going to try and challenge those pikes, I imagine. Or at least they should try and challenge them. Fighting on the wall is still going on over here. Blades of Holland just fighting some orc warriors. It's not like an exciting fight. I imagine the Blades will win that one. But we'll see. Yeah, the Blades should win that fight. They're exhausted, though. These guys have been fighting on for a long, long time. Archers on the wall over here as well, fighting. So Mordor decided he was going to start trying to mount his archers on the wall, which is not a bad idea to try and dictate the battle a little bit more. So I sent up my archers with no ammunition. Elven archers, pretty good in melee. They'll do okay. So yeah, sending these guys up, and they're going to start trying to kill off as many of these archers, especially the ones with ammunition. Get rid of those guys. See how I do, though. I mean, I wasn't like running out of infantry too much. I mean, I still have a few good units left in reserve that I wanted to keep as a last-ditch reserve. If they do break through anywhere, I can send these guys in. Archers are out of ammo. It's usually a bad sign, but it's the elves. It's never really a bad sign. You're just sending in more infantry. But yeah, they should hold for a little while. Those archers of Eregion. Yeah, I mean, I've got my vestige of Celebrimbor guard. I managed to get it off the wall and get it back in. It's now back to being fresh. It's basically good to go again. Go back in. 60 kills. Sorry, 60 of them left. There's another unit here. 80. And we've got Protectors of the Redhorn Pass. More Celebrimbor guard here. Got some hammers as well. Protectors of the Redhorn Pass. My gosh, we've actually got, yeah. Oh, that's my general, that's why. Pikes. So we've got another pike unit here. I think that was ready to defend against the bridge, but I don't think the bridge is going to be needed. We've got a couple of hammers. So yeah, we've got a fair few units left. Not lots, but it should be enough to deal with the remains of Mordor. Mordor does have some Uruk spears, weirdly, all the way back here. And also Guards of the Teeth. Don't know why they're so far back, but okay. Maybe just been forgot about. But how is it going on the other side over here? So there's actually a general going in. Okay. Things are getting a little desperate for Mordor on this flank here. Yeah, just charging into these Blades of Holland. It's not going to end too well for them. Let's get it from this perspective. Get the sun on them. You can see, yeah, I think they're going to cycle charge. I think they just keep cycle charging these Blades of Holland. Oh! And then they pop off the wall, off the bridge, just like that. Marvelous. I think we're going to see trolls go in next. Oh, look high. Look like they're going to get the go-ahead to go in. Look at these lumbering giants. Charge into battle, my pretties. Yes, trumpet away, because that's clearly what trolls do. And yet they'll go charging in. We're going to need some pole arms or some archer fire over here. You can see archers going to try and charge and take the charge themselves, absorb it. The smackdown, boys. We might need infantry support. Trolls do okay on their own, but infantry support's always good. And yeah, archer fire is slowly coming in. I don't know how much ammo the elves really have left, though, that they can kill off these guys. They are winning, actually, in combat here. The Blades of Holland combat even, but the archers are very much losing. Perfect timing. Polearms on the way. Wardens of Austin Endil going in. These elite polearms here should do some pretty good damage. Maybe we would have set them up a little bit earlier. I don't know if they form phalanx in time. They might get knocked aside here. And the trolls, yeah, they're running. They don't like that the polearms have arrived. And yeah, the remaining archers on this side are firing as well. We've got some archers of Eregion here, firing what ammo they have left. Flee, trolls! Flee for your lives! Archers of Eregion here now retreating. I think they're going to probably get cut down by... What is this? Bow rabble? Oh my gosh. Orc bow rabble now going into the fight. That is one chaotic fight. I don't know if they meant to. There are some of these guys still have ammo. Whether they're just dueling with the orc archers or trying to shoot those polearms. They are killing a couple of them if that's what they're trying to do. We'll see. I like how the cav over here. Look at this. The submarine cav under the water. The Nazgul doing his thing. Are they fighting in this choke point? Yeah, like sort of, but barely. Still fighting on the walls up here, though. Seems like the archers are clearing out a little bit of a path here. But yeah, if you want to see more of the expanded elves, do let me know. I would like to try and do like some other sieges. I'd like to try and do the first siege of Imladris, which is between Sauron and Elrond as they battle for Imladris. That would be kind of a cool one to do. And that would be sort of more base mods, so it would be maybe a little bit more balanced. I feel like Eregion is supercharged in this mod. They do seem like they are really, really good. What are they throwing up into the wall now? Or just more Uruk archers? I think they're just trying to get this unit out. They are losing now, though, are the archers of Eregion. And we're seeing even more archers landing on the wall here. Oh my. Good sign, though, I guess, for Eregion. They're seeing archers being, well, used up, really. There's only a couple of units left with tiny amounts of ammunition, really. Got more trolls coming forward in, more Oleg High. And I guess the guards of the Teeth are sort of battling in this choke point now, sort of, but they're not really in phalanx. The Blades of Holland seem like they're dealing with them.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied.
I'm sending up some hammers as well by the looks of it. They're going to get sent in. These guys, we'll see how they can do. I'm very intrigued to see how good hammers are. As they say in all of Middle-earth, when these guys go into battle, it's hammer time. And these guys, now with some actual proper infantry supplementing the archers up here, should turn the fight in favor of the elves up on this wall now. I'm sure these guys are going to have like the animations as well of like swords, so we're just going to see like elves like punching hammers through the chests of orcs. I mean, there are some animations that work really well with like blunt weapons, like smashing down people's heads. I mean, you're going to see it here. Like guys just smashed into like a person's neck. That probably would kill you. But yeah, you might also just see like an orc get a hammer shoved through their chest, and you're thinking, that's not exactly how a hammer works. Or Uruk archers, where are they going? They're setting up on the wall. I don't think they have ammo left though. So how great that really is going to help actually. Again at the gate, they're actually making a bit of a decent push with the polearms and the archers here doing okay. The hammer infantry here waiting patiently. Yeah, the polearms here are actually doing not a bad job. They could do with some more in that choke point eventually. They have got plenty more guards of the teeth, that's the thing. Most of them are fairly healthy as well. Not seeing much action. On this side as well, I think we're also seeing Morgul Legion going. Yeah, Morgul Legion. So still a really solid polearm infantry unit. And it looks like we've got plenty of like polearms in here for both sides, really. They've got the Wardens of Osten-Endil. There's archers, there's swords in here. Yeah, Eregion is stacking up the units. Trolls also trying to battle their way through. I think they're dying, though, slowly. I mean, I guess that the elves of Eregion are like supercharged. It's kind of like apt because in the Second Age they are, you know, still pretty damn good. The elves are like the super warriors of the world. By Third Age, they're still pretty damn good. There's just not many of them, and they're starting to leave. Got more spears coming in. It's not like they needed more guys. I guess they just really want to get rid of those trolls. 4 units in there. Perfect target for an artillery piece. I don't know if the artillery still has ammo. It's firing at something. I'm not sure what. Maybe going to try and open up a breach. I would try and open up a breach. If you can just keep supplementing the spear unit on the wall, just keep it in the fight long enough. Yeah, they're actually, that's damage 5%. Yeah. They're going to try and destroy the wall and I think bring down all these elves with it. It's not a bad tactic, actually. It's probably the easiest way to kill the elves right now. Literally destroy what the ground they're stood on so they fall to their deaths. That might be the easiest way to kill the elves. Numbers for the for both sides at this point. 4,300 against 2,500. Still about 2-to-1 odds to the elves, but that's better odds than 3-to-1. At the start of this battle, it was certainly looking really rough. The elves were like getting absolutely annihilated on the walls with archer fire. Problem was that they eventually ran out of archers, I guess. I don't think the orcs need more archers, really. They just need to be less elves, because they are really, really supercharged. Also, it's a bit of a shame about the map, because, unfortunately, that one wall over there is kind of just busted. It's unfortunate, but I guess maybe if we fought again with Eregion, wouldn't use Callambel. I would not use Callambel, that's for sure. It does seem as though now with those hammers up on the wall here, though, they are carving through these guys. They are still doing some damage to them. They've still got a little bit of archer ammo and still back to their old tricks of standing on this part of the defense and then gunning down this wall. It's so annoying. You see Eregion hammer infantry losing decisively. Should they? Probably not. These guys are insanely annoying, these orcs. They set up all of their units here at one point and were doing the same job, doing the same thing, and it forced me to really consider whether I was going to retreat from this part of the section of the wall, because it just was not working. I kept sending in elves and they just kept dying. Got a charge there from Celebrimbor himself, I guess. Uruk is routing. Very nicely done. And like on the other side, like in the other breach point over the bridge, the elves are defending en masse here against Ologai. Don't know how much you can see in that gateway, so I won't bother focusing on that for too long. You can certainly see perfectly, though, that the hammerers here are doing just fine, but they are having to fight over the bodies of their own kin. There's still orcs firing. I mean, if I was them, I'd set up on the other side of the wall, because that's where they're having the luck of shooting me. Yeah, these Uruk archers, they're about to wave and break, actually, but they should be on this side to shoot across, because that's how you're going to kill my guys. Archers of Eregion, though, have routed. And it looks like actually the response of the elves is going to be to send up the vestige of Celebrimbor Guard. These two elite shock infantry going back in. One of them very blooded up. I have seen a lot of action. But that only means they're experienced. They know what to do. They actually have gained 2 chevrons as well. My gosh. I was going to say I gave no chevrons out. So any chevrons gained, that's on the unit.
The enemy have rallied their units.
Throng trying to push their way through. I mean, against the Blades of Holland, they've got a chance. They're fairly even sort of in stats. Province is the archer support coming in. Oh, and I think hammers have been thrown in as well now. Yeah. Technically, I guess the hammers are like the proper sword line infantry. These are like the better trained troops. The Blades of Holland are still pretty good, but the hammers are just that little bit better. And I guess they'd act as your like melee line infantry if you were to bring them enough battle. Yeah, Eregion infantry should hold for a while. The trolls are kind of getting stuck in place, and the remains of my archer force over here, which is literally firing its last few volleys. The remnants of Murdan here, trying to hit those trolls in the gateway. They can see them with their elven eyes. They can see those trolls battering away at their kin. Hit them in the chinks of their armor, boys. Over on this side here is basically done and dusted. I think the last sort of big major push was on this side here, and the trolls are routing. So yeah, I think the last sort of like wall battle is now taking place. Got spears coming over the wall, which is always a bad sign when the attack's having to send over spears. These guys aren't going to have the pushing power to break through. Got elven archers fighting these guys. That's how much they care about this force. Then again, it's spears versus spears here, actually. So, I mean, the elves are kind of running out of actual mainline troops themselves. I mean, the spears are technically still mainline infantry, but it's not the preferred unit to use. See here, Blades of Holland. They're starting to wave, they're starting to break. Eregion spear infantry going, so are these orc spears actually at 117. Oh, sorry, Uruk spears. They're going at 117 men. My gosh, that is sad to see. Uruk spears here, yeah, they're surrounded as well by elves. There's nothing worse than being surrounded by elves, to be honest. Maybe being an elf. I don't know. That's just probably pretty good, being immortal. But again, they fight in this choke point. The trolls futilely whacking their their massive war hammers against the hammerers of Eregion. So there's hammer versus hammer. Doesn't seem like the Olokai making much in the way of progress, unfortunately. Spears up here also starting to break. You can see the elite shock and retreat. The vestige of Celebrimbor. They're going to slice and dice their way through these guys, I imagine. Spears, again, shock. Shock just excels in this fight. In 12-12s and Dawnless days, yeah, shock infantry just so well. There you go. They've annihilated that unit. The hammer is actually, you know, for a fresh unit they got set up, they got pretty banged up, actually, by archers and by these spears. So, yeah, it's not like these units can still be beaten. Yeah, there you go. The other, like, vestige of Celebrimbor has been defeated there. Still some fighting on the walls over on this side. Blades of Holland going up, and we also have archers over here as well going in. Don't want to be eaten at the last moment here, boys. Do not die so you get eaten by orcs. Hold on. But yeah, it's a shame because they couldn't get across this river here, because otherwise it would certainly put the pressure on the elves a little bit more. Like a two-front battle would be much harder for the elves. But yeah, in the end, it just kind of forced this this Mordor player over here to just make a full-on assault, which is suicidal against elves, really, unfortunately. Especially with these elves. You can see what one player thinks. He's like, you know what, I'm getting my guards of the teeth out of here. We're just going to retreat. And that's probably not a bad idea, to be honest. Send them back. Report back to Sauron. We're going to need more orcs to take Eregion. Trolls here have been beaten back. Yeah, Uruk Throng, I mean, they're the last sort of healthy unit they're sending in is going to try and go through this gate. I don't know if they're going to really make it, but they'll give it a good go. But it does seem as though at this point, Eregion is going to win this battle, but at a cost. I mean, they're going to have lost over 3,000 of their kin. They are fairly even on numbers now. First time balance parish shifting. There's 2,200 elves against 2,500 orcs. So yes, it is the final. It's like the first time that the balance power shifted as their numbers sort of even up. But yeah, Eregion looks like he's going to win this one. Celebrimbor is going to survive. He's not going to be killed by Sauron. He'll be able to continue his great work, building great pieces of magnificence, including the rings of power for the elves. Well, the acts as the Redhorn Pass up here, or the protects the Redhorn Pass, along with some other units up there dealing with those final spear units. It does seem as though the elves are going to clear out this wall, but there's a lot of dead up here. My gosh, plenty of dead up here for the elves and also for the orcs. Like, these walls are covered in dead. Actually, some of the swordsmen of Eregion somehow survived. Wow, I do not know how. They were in the first wave. Don't know how they survived. God protects the Redhorn Pass up here as well, also survived. But it does seem as though, yeah, Mordor is going to be defeated here today. So just fast forward through this last bit, I think, as we deal with the elves here. Well, watch the elves just slowly kill off these Mordor troops. They're just kind of just running into pole arms at this point and just getting themselves killed, along with the spears and swords that are supporting down there. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this battle. It does seem as though Eregion is a supercharged elven faction. Definitely not one to be messed with, that is for sure. And if you ever come and attack Eregion, make sure you bring yourselves a lot of friends, because yeah, even Mordor with like 14,000 troops did not manage to break through. If we were to redo it, I think like redo the Siege of Eregion, won't be doing it anytime soon, because I don't think the orc armies probably had much fun. Different map for sure. Hopefully we'll have some actual elven maps that we can use. I really am waiting for some of those, so we can do some more sort of like elven like defense sieges, or just generally just some more elven scenarios would be great. I also think we do maybe just less elves. I feel like even with like one less army, they just didn't have, they were still too much. I feel like we could maybe give them more like volunteer stuff, and then maybe we would see more of a layered defense, like the first layer being defended by cheaper troops, maybe some shock, and then the streets being defended. Because I mean, Calimbel's kind of a fun one. I mean, it's not fun getting to that final choke point there, but you can fight in these streets over here. It can kind of get kind of interesting. The square often turns into a bit of a bloodbath down here. In previous battles when I've seen that, but yeah, it certainly can be, or this square here, sorry, I was meaning, turns into a bit of a bloodbath. But yeah, it's unfortunate this one kind of just in the end turned into a bit of a stalemate for Mordor. They kind of just didn't have enough in the end to break through. They started off really well, it really brightly looked like we actually were going to be in a bit of trouble with those archers. But yeah, certainly some of my shock just shone through. Managed to actually stop themselves from getting shot at. I managed to get them in positions where I could kill orcs, but I couldn't get shot at, which was really important. And yeah, I think even though they were killing a lot of elves, they were losing a lot of orcs early game to try and break through. But yeah, as you can see here, sort of the last sort of push. And I think in a moment, the Mordor players are just going to capitulate in a moment. There you go. A Pyrrhic victory for Eregion. We all knew what was going to happen in the end, so we just kind of cut it a little short. So there are a few units left that just didn't even get involved. But yeah, this was a battle that we did do on my Discord, so thank you for everyone that did join. I do really appreciate it. I know for some of you it's a bit rough playing as like the orcs when you're playing against supercharged elves. I mean, certainly when my shock infantry here got 1,100 kills, if maybe 1,200 kills between the two of them, that is actually insane. That is really, really nasty. But yeah, I mean, well done to K-Pleb and Austrian as well. Did a very good job. Both like supporting really, really nicely on certain sectors of the defense. I think K-Pleb has like the most healthy army left. He was kind of like the support player. Me and Austrian both defended a wall each, and then K-Pleb just kind of supported whoever needed extra troops. So well done to both of those two. But yeah, my Blades of Holland here, 337 kills. Another one, 221. Swordsman of Eregion, 174. The other one got 87, which shows if you shoot them down, they die quickly, these guys. One of my Eregion Hammer Infantry got 9 kills. I don't know what happened to this unit, but it just did get messed up. So I imagine maybe it was fighting against trolls. I think it was fighting against trolls, that's what happened, and it just got absolutely annihilated. Eregion Hammer Infantry here, they're getting 317 kills, shows what they can do. 163 with the Protectors of the Red Horn Pass. Actually not as good as I thought, but still did pretty well. Archers 323 kills, and then the Remnants of Murdan getting 120 kills. Then K-Pleb playing as the second Eregion army, 125 kills to the Mounted Guard of Osten Endil, his general, Celebrimbor. 173 kills to the Blades of Holland. Vestige of Celebrimbor's Guard getting 134 kills. I don't even think they lost a man. That's how many they killed. Insane. Eregion Spear Infantry here getting 299 kills. 201 with his Archers of Eregion. His Pikes getting 187. And then we have famous Austrian playing as the final Eregion army. 255 kills. 235 with his Blades of Holland. 369 kills with the Swordsman of Eregion. 297 with another one. Then his Pikes getting 252 kills, 447 kills, and they still have healthy numbers, oh my. Archers of Eregion getting 246 kills, 285, 273, some good kills there. So well done to him. And then well done as well to all the Mordor players. They put up a good fight, and yeah, they persisted in what was a pretty brutal fight for them. So well done to Zarn, playing as the first Mordor army, getting 184 kills as Nazgul general. Actually is not too bad. Must have used him quite early on. His orcs, yeah, not insane kills. There's 62. His archers did pretty well, 108 kills. His trolls 73, 75 kills. Zack playing as another Mordor army. Yeah, again, infantry won't do that great because it's fighting elves, and elves don't have huge numbers. So it just looks like, oh, like 58 kills. They haven't killed many, but that's 58 elves they've killed. That's pretty good for an Uruk Throng. 99 for the Uruk Archers. The Archers were by far and away the most effective for Mordor in this 111 there. Whether the Onager could have made a breach, I don't know. It seemed like he got shot down quite a bit. Whether that's from Archer Fire, I'm not sure. And then we have Holy Banana playing as another one of the Mordor armies. Again, infantry kind of had a rough time. His Bow Rabble getting 81 kills, 79, doing okay, 75 kills with his trolls. And Karpov playing as the final Mordor army, 82 kills with his Orc Warriors, not bad. 81 with the Guards of the Teeth, 100 kills here with the Uruk Archers, 175, 191. Yeah, he did very well with his archers. I think he was on my side and he kept killing them. Kept killing my elves pretty easily. Then Mountain Trolls, yeah, only 28 kills. But there you go, guys. That is today's Siege Battle. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe, and do let me know in the comments what you think about Eregion. Do you think they're overpowered? Or do you just think it was just not the most well-balanced of scenarios? I think it was a bit of both. I think we could have maybe weakened the Eregion armies. But yeah, Eregion seems super powered. 3v4 still did very, very well. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.